Hey everybody, Jeff Reinhardt here, LMP and Lancaster Online. It's the LL Football Roundtable, sponsored by Auto House of Lancaster. Week 6, we start the second half of the regular season on Friday. We're here at Penn Manor chatting with the Comets, coming off their first win, and they got another big game this week, and it's a trophy game. Randy Guthrie, really good running back. How are you, sir?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
Good. Nice to see you. How great was it to get the dub Friday? You can exhale a little bit. You got win number 1 for your new coach. What was that like to get a victory?
It was amazing. When we went back into the locker room after the game, everybody was hype. We was playing music, dancing. Coaches was even dancing. It was amazing. We expected this win, but it meant so much to us. So yeah.
Connor, you're coming off a big win last week, first win of the season. How does it feel to get that weight off of your shoulders?
It feels pretty good. I mean, coming from 0-4 to winning our first game against a rival that I don't think we've ever lost to them. So it's just a great feeling.
And your defense forcing several turnovers, 8 to be exact. What does that say about the performance last week?
They put their all into it. We struggled a bit in the first half on offense, so the defense really stepped up and helped us out.
Trophy game. Battle of 462 trophy. I know this is only the 6th time they've had it. You guys have had it once. It's been a couple years, 2023. Will that be brought up this week? Hey, guys, it's been a couple years since we've had this. Will that be a motivator this week to get a trophy back?
Yeah, it definitely will. Will be, since they beat us last year and everybody was very emotional because we lost and we really wanted that trophy. So I feel like everybody will work hard this week to really get our trophy back.
And thanks to the good folks at Penn Manor. Congrats to the Comets, especially Coach Jordan Clark, rookie coach, getting his first dub last week, and a big game for Penn Manor this week. Here we are back in the studio for LL Football Roundtable, sponsored by Auto House of Lancaster. Week 6, Jason Christian. Who's this guy? David Scherter. He is our fall intern, and he's having a blast, and he's been behind the scenes and out front doing a whole bunch of cool stuff, covering games and doing a lot of really cool videos. And Brian Markley is hanging out with Mickey and Minnie, I think, in Florida.
He's on assignment.
He's on assignment. Yeah, he's covering Disney this week. But hey, he had a vacation week, so he's taking it. So David's jumping on board here at the big table with us. So let's start there. Week 6, a lot of great games, 2 trophy games, some rivalry games, a first place game. Let's start with the trophy game, Battle of 462. Hemfield at Penn Manor Friday night. Break it down.
Well, Jeff, I'll add that before I get into the details about the game, this is Hempfield's 700th varsity tackle football game.
Yes.
So a little bit of history there. So congratulations to Hempfield on hitting that number. But going into a little more details about Hempfield, they have a prolific pass offense on that end. And you have to look out for Orion Abrams. Leads the league in catches, receiving yards, and touchdowns with 6. He'll be one to look out for. However, with this matchup, you look at Penn Manor, and their rushing defense is the side that has struggled a little bit. And so you look at Penn Manor here, and especially going towards their approach to taking down Hempfield's offense, you have to wonder if Hempfield's going to go with a balanced attack here, because obviously we've seen that they love to pass the ball, but we wonder if they're going to take advantage of that poor rushing defense to run up the score, Jeff.
Okay. And it's a trophy game, Battle of 462. 4-1 Hempfield in the trophy series. All right. Jason, yes. Warwick spot. You're the Warwick beat writer now, apparently.
On the beat with the Warriors.
Good start for the Warriors. They're playing well. They're near the top, and they're 4-1 at Garden Spot, Sparty Nation. Break it down.
Walking into Lidditz football stadium last week, Warwick against Cocalico. There's Dane Hornig, not in pads. So Cocalico plays without its leading tackler and leading rusher, and it just kind of took all the juice out of that game. And Warwick took care of Cocalico 38-8. But the Warriors have faced their own adversity. They're playing with a backup quarterback, Colin McGall, sophomore, left-handed.
Lefty.
Thomas Myers is injured. He's out 4 to 6 weeks, and the injury was 2 weeks ago, so it's going to be McGall's job for a while. Threw for more than 200 yards and 3 touchdowns in his first varsity start. Very impressive. The team believes in him. He's their quarterback of the future. He's just been pushed into the role sooner than they expected. And they also have a workhorse running back in Heath Schnipke, who has 119 carries, 650 plus yards. He's also a sophomore. So Warwick is built around 2 skill players who are going to be in the program for 2 more years after this one. So the future is bright and the present is pretty good. They're 4-1 overall, 1-1 in the section. And now they go to New Holland to face Garden Spot, which is also 1-1 in the section. Lost to Cocalico. Of course, Cocalico was at full strength for that game. They had Horning in that game, and then beat Fleetwood. Diverse, deep running attack for Garden Spot, but I think Gabe Martin is the big name there in terms of the most prolific offensive player. He has 235 yards rushing, 170 yards receiving. It looks like Solanco is the team to beat in Section 3. They took care of Warwick in Week 4. Everyone's trying to win and hope that someone gets Solanco along the way to maybe create co-champs, and these are 2 of the teams that are fighting it out for that spot. So Warwick, it's a tough spot. They have a backup quarterback. They're going on the road, and they're going to be playing, one of the better teams in the section.
Gabe Martin's been taking snaps as well.
Yeah.
I mean, he's all over the place. He's a very underrated kid. Very underrated kid. All right, enjoy New Holland. Okay, Christian. Exeter at Ephrata. Exeter's been amazing here. They're cruising. They're undefeated. Ephrata got a win last week after the CV loss. Not sure where they're at quarterback-wise with an injury, but Exeter at Ephrata at the War. Break it down.
Yeah, staying once again in county. In county again. Big win, I think, for Ephrata last week, but as you mentioned, big test this week. So Ephrata comes off a 20-14 win at E-Town last week. Again, there were some question marks with the quarterback situation. Malachi Knowles has done a pretty good job filling in. But I think the story of that game was Ephrata's defense, the Mounts defense. I think Chase Prang was kind of the highlight. 17 tackles against E-Town last week. And I had mentioned to head coach Chris Miller after the game, they had that shootout week 2 against Garden Spot. They obviously, saw Sawyer Espenshade last week, Conestoga Valley. They were prepared for that E-Town aerial attack last week. Trent Kaufman, E-Town, no team in the LL airs it out more than E-Town. They held Trent Kaufman to 17 of 40 passing. He missed on 2 of his first 11 throws. But offensively, again, still trying to find their identity a little bit, but I think Bentley Rearick has kind of been that, that mainstay in a pretty battered and bruised offense. He ran for 102 yards and a touchdown last week, broke off a big 44-yard burst that set up really the deciding score. He's also a freshman, so I think we will hear a lot about him for the next couple years. As you mentioned, Exeter undefeated. Maybe their favorite number is 5 right now. They're 5-0. They're ranked number 5 in the All-State rankings for Class 5A. Their defense too is really just good. Absolutely bruising. They're yielding 154 yards a game while averaging 350 yards a game on offense with 48 points a game as well. So they're kind of just a 2-headed machine right there. Leo Brown is their big name at running back, 710 rushing yards, 10.1 yards per carry, and I think 11 scores. So
we were worried about losing Jaden Zandier, who had 2,000 yards, and Leo Brown's been incredible.
Carrying the mantle.
He's been really good. So you got the Rearick kid, you got the Schnipke kid, you got the McGall kid, all 9th and 10th graders doing stuff already in the LL.
All roads lead to CV and Exeter. And
I'm trying not to get into week 9 quite yet, but that should, if they can get there. And don't forget Muhlenberg in that section. They're also really good, and they're going for 6-0 this week. Okay. I'm headed to Denver on Friday. Old school LL, Blue Bloods, Manheim Central at Cocalico. I saw Cocalico in that crazy E-Town game early, the 14-13 game. I haven't seen the Barons. I have not seen Central in over a year. So I'm anxious to see the Barons here and get a look at them. They're playing well. They've won 2 in a row, beat Bermudian, and then they beat Weiser last week, and Weiser was 4-0 and in first place. So Central found some things. None of their offensive numbers jump off the page at all. But they have 9 takeaways, they have 8 interceptions, and they're playing some good D. Cocalico, as Jason mentioned, we'll see if Dane Horning plays. They need him. He's really good. I assume they struggled running the ball last week with Warwick, but they really need Dane Horning back. So hopefully he's in there. 44-11, Manheim leads the series, but Cocalico's won 2 in a row and 3 of 4. So it's kind of a rivalry again. So fun game. We'll see if Central can stay at the top here in Section 3. We'll see if Cocalico can find it. They haven't been 1-4 since 2006. Odd to see Cocalico struggling. So I'll catch you in Denver for that game. Okay, for the good of the order, it's fall now. There's a bunch of leaves on my porch, and it rained hard yesterday. Anything for the good of the order other than my weather report?
Just chatted with Evan Simon,
Hey.
Temple quarterback,
Yeah.
Manheim Central grad. He told me some fun stories about the good old days with the Barons, so look for that story on Lancaster Online in the coming, probably a week or so.
Nice, great kid. 8,000-yard passer for Central. One of three LL kids with 8,000 passing yards. He was special.
He has NFL dreams, and he's having a really good season. He's a fifth-year redshirt senior. So.
Nice. Christian, anything?
Yeah, I guess, piggybacking off your weather report, I'll be at the LO Golf Championships tomorrow, but it looks like it's going to be a bit of a slog, so I might have the rain poncho out there, but trying to double dip as well on a really good field hockey matchup between Penn Manor and Warwick. So be a long day, but a fun day.
Okay. LL fall sports playoffs are like starting. Like where are we going here? David, for the good of the order, anything. How's your internship going?
And it's going great so far. Having a lot of fun covering a bunch of different sports, but staying on the weather train here. Yesterday, cross-country action down in Cocalico just beat out the storm, the varsity action. LS having some great races all around on both sides. Tomorrow we got some great racing action out in Hempfield, Manheim Township. Those two teams, great action there. Looking forward to that.
Excellent. Okay. Welcome again. I hope you're getting a lot out of this. Okay. LL Football Roundtable, Week 6. Here we are. Wow. A lot of fun games this week. It should be fun. And I didn't even mention Berks Catholic Schuylkill Valley for first place in Section 5. Enjoyed that, Berks County crew. That's all we got this week. Jason, Christian, David, Jeff, Tyler. Thank you again, Penn Manor. Appreciate the access. Enjoy Week 6, everybody. We'll catch you back here next week. Thanks.